Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you another episode of Scrap Mechanic. And I love this paint tool. I absolutely love it. As you can see, I've been really busy. I've been in a retro mood recently, so I've been kind of playing around with a lot of old games, and I figured let's do something and tie it in with Scrap Mechanic, and this is one of the things I came up with. It's from the game Duck Hunt. It released on the NES from 1985, and I just recreated the dog and kind of the background that you see. And what I want to do here now, I want to create a duck car, like not like a realistic duck car, the duck that you see from the game. So I'm going to use the same pixel style. It's actually something that's pretty easy. Well, I wouldn't say easy. It's something that you can create and make it look really good in Scrap Mechanic with the new paint tool and how it only paints in squares. So it's just one of those things where I started it earlier. I wasn't even recording it. I didn't even think I was going to use it. I just was messing around with the paint tool, and I started painting, and I was like, well, this would be cool. So we're going to turn it into a full episode here. And so let's get to work on the duck car, and I'm going to go ahead and start shaping this bad boy. Alright, I've got the picture here. The style of duck I'm going to use when the duck is in air, there's a frame where the duck's wings are spread. So we're going to try to recreate that. I've already gone through and seen some of the colors. I don't think I'm going to be able to recreate it exactly because some of the colors don't match. This is where it would be really useful to have some sort of color wheel, but I don't know. We'll see what we get here. I'm going to just try to follow along. What's cool about these pixel art and anything old, that you can kind of zoom in and you can see where the squares kind of go. And that's how I painted the big picture in the back, and that's kind of how I'm going to recreate the duck here. So I'm working on the head. I'm going to go down to the beak. The wings, like I said, they're going to be spread open. I'm probably only going to do this on one side of the car because it's just going to really set in front of the picture. I probably shouldn't even put it on wheels, to be honest with you, but I want to at least have it where I can move it in front of the picture. So let's see where I'm at here. Up here by the beak, I don't know exactly how big this is. From the picture, it has a pretty wide wingspan, so I imagine this is going to be a pretty big duck. Let's see. But yeah, we'll probably skip through some of the shaping here, and we'll go to the painting. I at least want to show you how I'm doing some of the paint work here. That's one of the new exciting things with Scrap Mechanic. Like I said, I came out with a video yesterday. It was a short little video, and I painted like a billboard and a couple of my creations. I really didn't go into too much detail, and to be honest with you, I didn't picture myself, I knew I've been waiting on it, and I was really wanting to go back and paint a lot of my old builds, but as soon as I discovered doing this is exciting. I kind of want to do builds like this, so if you guys have any suggestions for kind of older games, I'd love to do a couple more theme builds, so comment below and give me your suggestions. Let's see. I'm trying to see where we're at here. We're about to start going up. I might have to cut a little bit back, but we'll start going up on the wing here in a minute. But yeah, I'm going to get to shaping this, and then we're going to skip ahead and we'll get to painting this thing. And then I think if I've got enough time here, I'm probably going to create also a NES console. So let's get moving on this, and we'll see you guys here in a moment. Okay, let's grab the handy paint tool here. I've got a shape here. I think it's pretty close to what it should be. We might adjust it a little bit, but let's start here. We're gonna first select. I gotta find something for the beak. They don't quite have a. I'd like to see another shade or two of orange. Let's see what this orange. Well, that doesn't even really look very orange. So let's go to a little darker here. The beak in the picture has two shades on it, and maybe something like that. Actually, I don't think that's going to work. I think it needs to be a little bit darker, so we might not be able to shade the beak. Let's go ahead and start doing the green here. I like this green. This green looks like it's going to work. Also, the other colors I'm going to use, there's a white and there's a black, and there's some gray shading in the duck, so I think I'm going to have most of the paints. The beak's going to bother me a little bit, and also where the I don't know about the shading. Also, I'm looking at the shades here on the actual art. So yeah, we'll have to probably make some adjustments. See, that's one of the grays. that's actually in the eye. Let's see what this looks like. That doesn't look bad. I think the eye might be a slightly bigger in the, well, as far as some of the shading might be a little bit bigger in the picture, but I don't know. We're going to kind of do everything ahead of time, and then we'll kind of go back and see if we need to touch up. But let's see. All right, so I don't remember the duck's body being black. I don't know. I always thought it was just green and white, but from looking at all the pictures here, it's been a while since I played Duck Hunt. I've been really wanting to play it. I don't even know where my NES is, to be honest with you, but yeah, it's something that I'd really like to go back and play. But yeah, I just don't remember it being this color, but I guess it is. I mean, every picture that I'm pulling up off of Google here shows it that it's actually black. So let's see. It's got kind of a black outline on like the wing, or at least most of the wing, and then the inside's gonna be filled. So it's like the inside of the wing is white and the top and black, so he's all flapped out. So really, the underside of the wing is white. Man, it's really neat how they used to do this back then. And this was definitely a style. You kind of had to deal with what you had as far as the technology at the time, so you kind of had to make the best of it, and they did an outstanding job. And it's just like one of those things where it's like it's almost popular again. You see a lot of like new games, indie games come out, they all use this kind of retro style, which it's almost gotten to the point where it's timeless. So I don't know, I'm a little partial to the retro style games. I mean, like I said, a lot of my childhood was nothing but NES, and of course I had a Sega Genesis too. So I've also been thinking a little bit about a Sonic build, but I'm a little undecided when I want to tackle that. We've got some other builds I'm looking at. I'm going to try to adjust the shading on the nose, and I don't like, I'm probably just going to leave it solid because I don't like the other shades that I have. The gray shading here is not bad. They use some black and gray towards the bottom. I don't know if it's like almost like a little bit of a shadow. That's not bad. I believe I can get away with that, but I don't know. I wish there was some other shades of orange. So, and then, like I said, it's not to say that I'm pretty sure they're going to release more colors for the game. It's kind of we're still real early in it, so I'm sure we'll get that, or maybe even like a color wheel or something. So looks like we use a little bit darker here, and let's go ahead and just shade that orange. That's already looking really good. It doesn't look exact, like I said. Some of the shading is a little off, but I'm happy with what's happening here. Let's go make the eye a little bit bigger, something like that. 'Cause for some reason, the eye looks really big on the pictures. It looks a little big on the duck that I'm doing, but I mean, it's just the way the eye is for some reason. It's like really big. Let's see. There we go. The rest of the body should be easy. A lot of it's just black. We got a little bit more white mixed in here and a little bit of gray. Yeah, that looks good. I don't know, it's kind of weird commentating over me painting. I feel kind of like Bob Ross or something. This is a little strange for me, but I'm going to try to do my best here to stay focused and paint and talk at the same time. You should have seen, you should have heard me earlier when I was trying to paint that. I would get a little frustrated. One of the hard things, like, there's no flying mode in Scrap Mechanics, so you have to constantly, I had to build some scaffolding behind the big picture to be able to paint it. There was a lot of jumping up and down. I mean, most of the upper part is blue, but doing the dog and getting up that high was a challenge, and I was falling off constantly, and I wasn't a happy camper. So, kind of glad I didn't record myself doing that. But anyways, we're almost done here with the duck. Let's shade in the back part of it's black. So, actually, I think the whole thing is, except for maybe a little spot on the tail here. A little white piece right there. Alright, that looks good. Let's put it on wheels and let's finish this build up. Alright, I think we're done. I'm not really sure what's happening here. Okay. Oh, I kind of float. I put together NES real quick. It's nothing fancy. It was real easy. It's just a big box. I just painted it like the NES console. I'm going to try to keep this episode a little short. I don't have much time right now. I'm kind of going in between work, but there's the dog. The dog is actually, this is the pose it makes whenever I think, if I remember, either when you lose the game or when you just suck and you can't shoot any of the ducks. So it's basically the same thing. But here's my console. This was fairly simple. It's just wanted to have something in the background to kind of liven up the scene. You know, I might use this world to do more themed. So if you have suggestions, just let me know. There's the scaffolding. I don't know if I've already shown that yet, but that's the scaffolding I used to paint up at the to get up real high. I fell off many times, but it was pretty hilarious. But let's hop into the duck here. I've got a little counterweight on the other side with metal. I didn't do both sides. I just didn't really have time to do like each side exactly. I mean, you're only really supposed to see one side. This is all pixel art, so kind of drive in front of it here. Yeah, this looks cool. I mean, it looks good. It's not exact, but I'm happy. Let's go ahead and hop out of it. You know, I probably could have just put it on like a pedestal and made it just kind of like a static object, but I figured let's make it move around, give it, you know, Scrap Mechanic isn't always just about art, so I kind of wanted to make something that I could still play with and move around. But here's a little closer look at my NES console. Nothing special, just something that I thought would really look good in the background. So, anyways, that's probably gonna about wrap it up for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to like the video, subscribe. We've had more Scrap Mechanic coming your way, probably at the start of next week. I'm going to be really busy tomorrow, so I'm not going to be able to put together an episode. So I kind of figured let's get one out for you guys. I've had a pretty good week this week with the upload. So anyways, we'll see you guys next time.